When we meditate on the 4 establishments of mindfulness, as Mahayana practitioners, we do so in terms of both ourself and others. So in terms of ourself, we'll look at what our own body is, what our own feelings are, our own mind, our own mental factors, and so on. And by doing so, we see the foul nature, the impermanent nature, the unpleasant nature, the suffering nature, and the selfless nature of these things. And then that helps us to generate renunciation for cyclic existence. We also, in terms of ourself, we may meditate on other people's bodies, the uncleanliness of their bodies or foulness of their bodies, the instability of their feelings and how their feelings lead to various kinds of craving, and meditate on all these things for others in a similar way to help us see that taking refuge in other people isn't going to cut it, because they're in the same situation we're in. So if you think somebody else is going to make you happy, then check up, because the nature of their body, feelings, mind, and phenomena is the same as yours, and so let's stop having unrealistic expectations of other people. Okay? So that also helps us in the generation of renunciation. Okay? Then, specifically as Mahayana practitioners, when we see that other people have the same, their body and feelings and mind and phenomena are the same nature as ours, then in response we cultivate compassion. Okay? And we see that just as we're stuck, with these polluted 5 aggregates, polluted by ignorance, afflictions, karma, and so forth, so are all the other living beings around us. And so then, rather than look to others as sources of our happiness, or what they can do for me and how they can improve my life, and so on and so forth, we look to them. We look at them with eyes of compassion, seeing that they're, trapped in samsara in the same way we do. And then through having compassion for them, then generating the great resolve, generating bodhicitta, and using that bodhicitta motivation to improve our own wisdom so we can be of greater and greater benefit to others. Okay? So, I'm saying this so that you make sure in your meditation to really contemplate the big picture and keep your mind very balanced regarding these things. Okay? So to recapitulate, in terms of yourself, seeing the nature, these 4 things, their nature, with the 4 distortions, that we're subject to. It helps us to generate renunciation. Seeing that other beings have this nature also helps us to generate renunciation, because instead of taking refuge in other living beings who have the same difficulties we do, we turn to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha for leadership and guidance to find our way out of samsara. Then, as Mahayana practitioners, seeing that other living beings have these difficulties, then we cultivate a response of compassion, okay? And instead of looking at others in terms of how they can benefit me, we change it and how I can benefit them. And then that, contributes to the development of bodhicitta. And then with the bodhicitta motivation, we want to cultivate wisdom, because that's going to be the thing that completely cleanses our mind, so that we can be of the greatest benefit to living beings. Okay? So just make sure in your understanding of these topics that you're able to see them from these different perspectives. Okay? Because that will make your meditation much richer.